Hello, and welcome to the next episode of the Spirit and Soul Podcast. This is the last episode in the Manifestation Playbook series. And what is beautiful about this episode is that we are bringing everything together. We are allowing for integration for you to become the manifestor. Right? Like, I want you to become the master manifestor of your life. So understanding each of these aspects, where you excel, where you are maybe falling short, what you haven't allowed yourself to incorporate into your life is going to be really important. But really, it's the bringing them all together. It's the understanding that there needs to be an integration period, and all of this information really needs to settle. So we've really, throughout this series, we have traveled through clarity. We've traveled through visualization. We've talked about embodiment and healing and gratitude and surrender and receiving, right? We've talked about all these things, but now it's time to bring it all together. And it's truly not about memorization. It's not about memorizing the steps. It's about allowing yourself to embody a new identity with this. And I want you to embody the identity as the master manifestor, because when you embody the idea that you are a master manifestor, that you start to you catch yourself when you're doing things, and you know when to open yourself up to energy, to visualization. You're living into it every single day. You're embodying it every single day. And it's not just about one thing that you want. It's about literally your whole entire life. You begin to truly understand what it is to live in a world of infinite possibilities and probabilities. That you, my friend, are limitless. That you are limitless. Because if there's one thing that I can scream from the rooftops, it is that you are limitless. There is no limit to what you can have, to what you can create, to what the life that you want, that you can have. There is not one thing that limits that except for your mind, except for you. Let that settle for a minute. We like to look at our life and blame everything outside of us for not having what you want, or for being stuck in a situation. And the more that you blame, the more you give your power away. And I don't know about you, but I'm not looking to give my power away to anybody, to nothing. Because innately, I know that I am the most powerful thing in my life. I create my reality. And I say this to you guys all the time, right? Like this, let this be an affirmation. I create my reality. I create my reality. There's actually no truth to me that is more important than that. Because then you know that if you don't like something in your life, you are creating it. And you might not be the one doing it, but you're allowing it. So if you're allowing that, then you're allowing that creation of that reality. And I'm just not here for that lifestyle anymore. I used to live in that life. I used to be in a job that I didn't like. I used to be in situations that I didn't like, with friends that didn't make me feel good. I used to be in that environment, and a version of me that when I look back on it is a shell of the person that I am today. Because that person didn't have the remembrance that she was limitless, and that she didn't know that she created her reality. She didn't know that she was allowing those things. And what a beautiful journey that I had to go on in order to be here and be able to have this conversation with you. Manifesting is not just a thing that you do, right? And this is what you hear, right? You hear like, oh, yeah, I'm into manifesting. I'm into manifesting. Honey, you are manifesting every minute, every breath, every second of your life. You are manifesting. That's the biggest secret of all, is that you at every moment are creating the reality that you're in. So it's not just something that like, yeah, I manifest. No, yeah, you do. Yes, you do. Actually, we all are manifesting our life. So when you intentionally manifest, well, that's when you start to change the game. Because most of us, when we're not intentionally manifesting, we're just living life on the hamster wheel. And I am not available to that anymore. I am only available to my own magic. I am only available to creating the life that I love and the life that I want to see. And now that I know that, right then and there is when I start to become and step into the energy of the master manifestor, because I'm doing it with intention. Manifestation is who you are. And you, my friend, I will say it again, are limitless. Okay? So I want you to become the manifestor. I want you to become manifestation. I don't want you to look at manifestation as a checklist. I want you to live, breathe, walk, exist in alignment with the version of you that creates their reality. So understanding, number one, this integration period that you are now going to be in. Integration is embodiment at its deepest level. It's not a tool. It's truly a state that you live in. After a spinal energetic session with me, at the end of the session, there is a good chunk of time, maybe about 5 to 10 minutes, depending on the session itself, where I just allow the person to integrate. Spinal energetics is a very intense tool. It can be a very intense tool. And so what happens is they are, what happens in spinal is that you need this time to integrate or to understand the energies that have left, the energies that are gone, right? And when you do that, you start to feel the difference within the body. And then you start to allow the energy to integrate. And then there's an integration period. You have about, 72 hours, depending, of this integration where things come up. And, even when they're laying on the table, you still see, even though the energy is calming, right? You still see the stretches or the jerking motions or the breathing is different, right? You start to see that because it's the way that the body is integrating. So now what you're doing is you're allowing the energetic field to be coherent and open to the things around you. You are stabilizing your connections within the manifesting fields. And if you're tapping into quantum level energy, then you can allow those energies to begin to stabilize because you're not trying to control anymore. And you're starting to understand what these energies feel like within your system and within your body. And now the subconscious, the more you begin to integrate all of these things into your life, and it's just who you are, it's how you talk, it's the words that you say. Now your subconscious is starting to run on different programming, which is amazing. It's amazing to have your subconscious mind run on a different programming, because that means what, right? 95% of your life is being run from your subconscious mind. So now this is part of your subconscious mind. You've literally just shifted it. And that is amazing. So integration is truly when the work is no longer work. It's becoming who you are. Okay. So understanding that the integration period does take some time. Okay. It's going to take some time, and that's okay. Right? We want to allow it. We want to integrate all these new ideas into the system. I'm going to say what is going to be extremely valuable for you is to re-listen to these episodes over and over and over again. I have this with other people that I love. I will listen to the same episodes over and over and over and over again, like until they become part of who I am. I have absolutely episodes of podcasts. I have courses that I've listened to 1 million times because I know that if I keep listening to it, that it's absorbing. I am absorbing it truly like a sponge. And when I'm truly absorbing all of these things like a sponge, then they are starting to become a part of who I am. And it becomes a way of thinking. So understand this. As you start to change some of your ways of being, and some of your ways of being may actually be that and it should be where you are changing your vocabulary. You're changing how you show up. You're changing your friendship dynamics, your relationship dynamics. You're not available to certain things anymore. You have boundaries for things. You're going to change. And that is a good thing. That means that you are growing. And when you are growing, that's when you're growing into the person that you truly are meant to be. And that is a powerful, powerful place to be. But understand that when you are on this journey, it can feel a little bit uncomfortable. And people are going to maybe look at you differently. Maybe your vocabulary does change, and where you're talking about like, oh, if this happens. No, it's when this happens. And when this happens, or I'm not available to that. That's not my timeline. That's not my story. And you're going to start to see that vocabulary changes because your frequency is changing. And when people say something to you about that, or they notice that you're talking differently, they may not, number one, understand it, but they may have something to say. And what I'm going to say is, do not let that dim your light. Do not let that take you off course. Don't let it make you feel weird. You want to feel like that. That means that you are not in the same league as those people energetically, because they are not allowing themselves to go there. That doesn't mean that you don't allow yourself to go there. You need to be the lighthouse. You need to be the one that jumps forward, that takes people forward. And maybe you changing your life, living your life, changes other people. And that right there, that's the gift. That truly is the gift. Yes, it's amazing to manifest things for your own life, but what a gift it is when somebody comes to you and says, yeah, it's because I watched you do it that I started to do it myself. Woo! That is the gift right there. That makes everything that you went through worthwhile, because you helped to change somebody else's life just by being you, just by being in your magic, by remembering that you're limitless, right? That's magic right there. And that's how we change the world. That is like that trickle down effect, right? You start to do it, and then other people see you doing it, and then they start doing it. And now it's trickling down to everybody. And then everybody's starting to raise their vibration, change their life, change everything, transform, happier, living into their destinies, living into their dreams, feeling so good. Imagine if every single person did that, what this world would be like, what it would feel like, the magic that would begin to happen. Like, that's my dream, is to see a world like that. Maybe one day I'll see it. I'm going to keep that hope. But it starts with you now, because I'm living that life. And I'm going to tell you, there are days where it's harder than others. Okay. You are also 100%, you're 100% divine, which is what we're tapping into here, but you're also 100% human. And like, you're allowed to have emotions, and you're allowed to have bad days, and you're allowed to, experience things that really suck. That's part of the journey. It's part of it. And then what you do with it, though, is what makes all the difference. So, okay, you open up a business and your business partner betrays you. What are you going to do? Are you going to let it bring you down forever? You're going to stop doing what you're doing because you had a bad experience or a sad experience or wasn't living up to your expectations. No, right? You're going to keep going. Are you going to let that continue to be part of your story? And like the story that brings you down? No, not at all. You're going to keep going in spite of, and then you're just going to wish them well and wish them love and thank them for the part that they played in your life, for the memories, for the love, for the joy, for the fun things, and then for the lessons. And that's it. And you move on. And that is integration. That right there is integration. Because then you've integrated the ideas. You've integrated and understood that it is okay to be human and have those human emotions and to be sad or to be angry or frustrated or confused and to have a bad day. And then to say, okay, I'm going to turn this around though, because it's not something I want to carry with me anymore. So not only am I just not going to carry it, but I'm also going to actually look at it with love. And when you look at things with love, you can still have a story to tell because it got you to where you are today, but you actually look back on it more for the lessons and sending love backwards and even maybe today. And then you keep moving forward and doing what you're supposed to do because you were meant to go through it and it's the life that you're living now that counts. So let it count. Make it count. Don't keep getting caught up in the stories because this is where I see people get tripped up the most is that they get so caught up in their stories. They get so caught up in what happened in the past. They actually are afraid to let go of those old stories because then who are they without them? And that is truly blocking you as a manifestor. You have to move forward. Okay. And you have to integrate all of these things. And I don't want you to look at manifestation as, okay, check mark, done, got that thing, check mark, done. Okay, we're done. No, live your life as the walking manifestation, as the bridge between heaven and earth that you are. You are the bridge. So that means that you are the magic. You are the one. You are a manifested being, and so you manifest. Okay? So this integration will fail if you also only rely on effort of doing rather than being. Okay? I want you to be first. Be the manifester. Okay? Remember, all the things that we talked about, they're so freaking powerful, right? The meditations and the affirmations and all of the things, okay? Only healing when it's convenient. Only, like you're living outside of flow, right? Like you're just like controlling and all the things. And I want you to understand, like, this is where you can get tripped up. Don't compartmentalize. Continuously live your life within the energy of the things that you're creating, and you will see magic happen. All right. I don't want you to chase your manifestations anymore. I want you to truly allow them to come to you as you are climbing the ladder of belief. You will start to see it open up for you. So living as a manifestor means desires arise naturally and with clarity. You feel into them. Visualization feels like a memory, not like a fantasy. You live into it. You feel the emotions of it. You bring it into you. Embodiment is a daily state. Okay. You don't have to try, which at first you will have to try. You will have to think about it at first. But once you start to let go of the trying, embodiment begins to feel easy because you're just living in that state naturally. Okay. Healing is ongoing, and healing is also looked at as an expansion tool, as a tool to expand yourself because you're opening up that energy. Okay. So we welcome it, even though it's uncomfortable. Gratitude is spontaneous and it is emotional and it is woven into the small moments of life. We put emotion into the gratitude. I was literally on a walk the other day and I just started tearing up, crying, tears falling down my face because I was in such deep gratitude that I had all these people in my life that have supported me on this journey, like, and are continuing to support me. Like, that is the feeling of gratitude throughout your body. And then surrender. Surrender starts to feel safe. Living as the manifestor means that surrendering feels safe. Okay, you love the idea. You're in love with the idea without gripping onto it so hard. And this level of manifestation is not just about the things. It's not just about the car or the partner or the house or the job or all of it. It is an identity shift into alignment with who you're meant to be in this lifetime. And that will continue to shift over time. It will. As you get one thing, other timelines open, and then this will open and that will open, and you will start to see that you align easier. Things happen more quickly and more rapidly because you find it easy to get into alignment with the things that you want. You recognize the vision, you have it with clarity, and then you start to act on it, and it feels very natural, and surrendering feels really natural. So you're no longer somebody that I manifest, does manifestation, uses manifestation, but you're just somebody that naturally attracts, aligns, and receives, and you receive with ease. And I will tell you, living life from this place is amazing. It doesn't mean that we're not doing things to manifest. I don't want it to sound like that, and maybe it does a little bit. What I want you to feel like is it is natural walking through your daily life embodied. And also lean in to the manifestation things. Like, I am always working with energy to manifest. I have 1 million grids around my house, 1 million crystal grids that I have for manifesting money and success and love in the house, right? Like feeling just like love in the house and safety, security, right? Like, I have grids everywhere in my home. I have vortexes everywhere in my home. I am constantly looking to manifest and working with energy. I mean, that is a lifestyle. Let it be your lifestyle. You will manifest the most amazing things. Let this be the lifestyle. Like, I'm always lighting candles of Frank's, using the oils, using the sprays, right? Like, this is a way. Crystal bracelets, I just don't have them on right now. They're like right next to me, actually. Like, these things matter. And don't let anybody tell you different. I mean, listen, everybody has their truth, but how are they doing? Do they have all the things that they want? Because let me tell you something. I'm working my way up easy to those things. I am getting there. I am continuously calling in more and more opportunities and living the life that I've been dreaming of for years and years, and feeling the life that I've been seeing in my meditations for years and years and years. And guess what? Yes, I'm walking around embodied. Yes, I'm doing my healing. Yes, I'm doing the clarity work. Yes, I'm doing the visioning. And also, yes, I am using the crystals. Yes, I am using Frank's products. Yes, I am doing all the classes at Spirit and Soul. Yes, I'm getting all the healings. Every piece matters. And I stand by that 100 million %. I would not have a store if I didn't believe that. This is the lifestyle that I live, that the girls that work at Spirit and Soul, that they live, or the people that work at Spirit and Soul, that they live. And we live this life, and we call in the things that we want, and we do it energetically, and and everybody's starting to do it with a lot more ease because we ping pong off of each other, because we're living this life, the life of crystals, the life of energy, the life of candle magic and the life of all of the things, the oils and the sprays. Yes to them all. Why would you turn it down? We do everything here in the light. There is nothing done in the darkness. There is nothing done in the darkness. None. Everything we do here is in the light, and in the light is where you continuously be the lighthouse for everybody around you and for your own life, and the lighthouse for your manifestations. And I can't wait to see how life changes for you. And I can't wait to hear all of your stories of all of the things that you manifest. I have faith in you that you're going to do it, that you're going to work through the hard things, that you're going to do the things that feel uncomfortable and come out of your comfort zone. I have faith in you. So let's freaking go. Thank you for joining me on this series, the Manifestation Playbook series of the Spirit and Soul podcast. Re-listen to it 1,000,000 times. Get everything out of it that you need in order to create your best life.